Hey there. Hey, this video is for Ericka, one of my dearest friends that I've had since I was 5 years old. So, lifelong friend of mine. And also, I wanted to share with my friends and family, like just kind of catch you guys up on what I've been up to, what I've been creating, what I've been choosing, what I've been applying, what I've been working with, playing with, and receiving, and offering, contributing, regenerating, and reciprocating. And it's been quite the year of integration and insight. And what I've realized is, that everything does happen through different dynamics, patterns, energies, and relationships, and how we direct those energies, and where our intention is, and where our focus is, and where we get to attend to, like, in our lives, through our lives, for our lives, for life, through life, and in life. And so, it's been like just a whirlwind. I don't even know if there's words that would do it justice, but it's had everything packed into it. And, for our synthesis and our growth and our remembering and our awakening and our discovering and our becoming, our being and becoming. So, hey, Ericka. So you asked me for an update, and I wanted to respond earlier than I have been able to, but it's just, life has been so busy and so full that, I'm just now getting around to it. So, I hope that's all cool. And sometimes there needs to be like a withdrawal or a separation so that we can practice differentiation. And it's been kind of difficult for me sometimes to know what's mine and what's not mine. And that was one of my major kind of blocks or obstacles in creating intimacy or showing up authentically in and through my relationships, because I always felt like there was such pressure on me to serve the other or be what the other needs, and to belong or to get my needs met or validated, acknowledged, attended to, or taken care of. But what I've learned this year is, and throughout my life, but really getting some good lessons in that this year, is that I get to see what my needs are and meet those needs for me, and ask for help to meet those needs, and not expect anyone else to rescue or to take care of me in the ways that I really need to care for me. And a lot of that had to do with absence and presence, and showing up for me and showing up for we. Where am I showing up for me? Where am I showing up for we? Where can I show up more fully? And what am I willing to receive? And so, I have this ghost still in the back here. I have my little Halloween and Samhain decorations up, and those are going to be put away this week. And, making room for the new again. And so I really enjoyed this last little month that we've had of transition and of fall. And, it's time to go within. And it's been, it's been good. And it's had everything within. So, gosh, what can I say, and how do I begin? So I really super appreciated the text message that you sent a couple weeks ago, and I did want to respond earlier to that, but it just kind of, in a way, it was um, just let it be for now. And I did send the appreciation and the gratitude, and I felt that. But yeah, now I want to send, yeah, and express my thanks and gratitude, because I do. It meant a lot to me to hear those things and to receive those messages of love and appreciation and honoring that you did send and express. So I thank you very, very much. It did mean a lot to me, and it meant a lot to my heart. And it is like super cool and super nice, and um, a gift when we can express those things and appreciate and increase the value of our relationship and what we've been able to share and build and exchange and grow together, cultivate together. So I do appreciate that so much. And yeah, some of those things that you expressed to me were very, very beautiful. And they did, yeah, touch me. And I thank you for that. I have actually, doing these videos, like, noticed like how my hands dance. And like, in a way, it's like seeing myself in a different way. Or I never knew like my hands were like, or my fingers were as long as they are. And yeah, it's just kind of funny, like how I've noticed certain things about myself. But and it's kind of fun to hear that like from someone else too. But yeah, thank you. That was really sweet. And yeah, I do appreciate like our lifelong friendship that we have had, and I do agree with you that um, we have been able to be there for each other, support each other, and give to each other and contribute to each other. And I have like appreciated um, all of that in the exchange, and I do honor your generosity, um, and your willingness to share with others the little, you know, sometimes the little that you do have. And that is like true generosity and reciprocity too. And I know you always do pay it forward. And I know you do have a big heart and caring, loving, um, a caring and giving, like generosity that is an essential part of you. And that's the Cancer. And like Cancer the crab, and the mother, and the home, and the caregiver, and the friend, you know. And so I love that nurturing part of you, and thank you. And I do, like, I really do honor and admire you and all of that. Um, and I do, like, have no judgment about where you've been or where you're at. And I know that all of it's right. And even when it doesn't feel that way, sometimes it's just helping us to open up to what we can give to ourselves and what we can offer ourselves and what we can ask and receive for ourselves. And sometimes, yeah, the ghost needs to come up to show us where we can show up for ourselves, or where we've abandoned ourselves, or where we can return to ourselves or reclaim a part of ourselves. And rather than looking on the outside of ourselves to fill the gap or that void or that hole where it seems like there's lack or where there's something missing. And so I got to learn a lot of those lessons this year. And I thank you too for being a part of that, and for helping me to see where I can be more true to me and honor me and we more fully. And so, yeah, that's been huge. And so sometimes we get to take a step back and detach or withdraw for a little bit, and then come back in. So yeah, I just wanted to express those things, and yeah, and also apologize, yeah, for the drift that we've had. But I know that it's right too, and it was meant to be, and it's just part of our journey. And dying to the old and welcoming the new, being birthed into and through the new. And so sometimes, yeah, we do need metaphorical deaths in our relationships so that the new can be birthed through, or the old can be linked to the new. And that's like transformation and transition and transmutation, you know. And a lot of the times there are certain patterns in our relationship that we find that aren't working anymore. And sometimes those need to fall away so that a new pattern can come into play. And so, yeah, that's just awesome. And I know, like, sometimes we're so used to it being maybe familiar or comfortable because we're comfortable with the familiar, or comfortable with the monster or the beast, or like just the dark that we know, you know? And so, yeah, sometimes it can be unsettling, to feel confused, or to not know, or to be in fear of the unknown, because we do like and desire that sense of security, safety, predictability, well, you know, for our well-being or whatnot. But sometimes, like, what we do need is to let go and surrender and embrace the unknown too, and go within and know that it's okay not to know. And sometimes, yeah, that's when we're able to reconnect with that inner knowing, is when we let go of what we think we know. And yeah, we're willing to see what we haven't been able to see before. And so, yeah, there's been a lot of that. And sometimes it does take a separation of some kind, or a metaphorical death and rebirth, so we can come back into our lives and breathe life back into our lives, and through our relationships, and through our ways of operating, cooperating, our ways of being, and participating. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a huge amount that's happened this year, and in the last couple months, in the last month. So there's all these cycles within cycles within cycles, and that's just the phases and stages of our cyclical growth, learning, discovery, unfolding, and uncovering, discovering who we are, and remembering who we really are, and becoming who we really are, as we are, being who we are. And so that's pretty magical and pretty cool, like how it all relates. And this is for how we integrate. And so, what can I share about updates? What's going on? So, yeah, we've been really super busy, actually. It's just amazing how, like, it seems like from every year, like, August will hit, and it seems like as soon as August hits, that's when the time speeds up, because I have like a lot of happy things going on in August that I get to celebrate and enjoy. Our Scott's and my anniversary, our wedding anniversary, is on the 8th, 8/8, and then my birthday is 2 weeks later, and that's always just like a really super fun month, always packed with fun and love. And then September, I love the fall, so of course, like September is just magical for the fall, and then the autumn equinox. And I had an autumn equinox circle, and those are always fun. I've been able to enjoy and hold the space and offer my creative gifts and hospitality to to receive, offer, share, and create, and be open to receiving, like, within the group of like-minded, kindred spirits, and gather together and honor and acknowledge, like, the growth and all the changes happening. And so I super appreciate that I've been able to do that and play with that and create that and receive and share that, because it's given me so much, and I love that I get to share it with others. And it's the gifts the gifts of love that keep giving. And they're for giving. So, yeah, so that was September. And then October came around, and Scott and I were planning a trip. And he hadn't taken a vacation or time off work for a vacation for himself at all, like for 4 years. So we hadn't been away together for 4 years. But I mean, I had taken like little trips with friends or family or whatnot, but like it was really nice to be able to go on a little getaway with him, and that was just so magical. It's so beautiful. So we went out to Callio, which is a little farming town, a little historic farming town, on the Old Pony Express route. And there's like all sorts of historic buildings and like little cabins and like old, yeah, just old little shops and whatnot, like on different farms that people have out there. And just lots of animals, cows and horses and the sheep and the goats and all that. And so we saw more animals during that week than we did people, but the people we saw were great and very just awesome, connected to the land and just hardworking, doing their thing. And yeah, I really like admire, respect, and love that too. Like I love that slowing down, and that, yeah, matching our rhythm with Earth and her rhythms. Yeah. So that was such a great reset without like cell phones and internet, and just like being in the moment, being present. Yeah, in a cozy little place. It was so great. So we got to do that and have share that together. And I'm so glad like Scott enjoyed his time and his breakaway, and it was everything like he needed and he wanted. And he's super, yeah, grateful that we got to choose that and receive that and be, yeah, with that, show up for that. So yeah, we got to do that. And then when we got back, we had some things that we got to do. We've been showing up to like kind of little support groups where we share different things and so come together to support one another and vent about certain things that may be hard to talk about with others who aren't quite on the same page or open to hearing or allowing or seeing another perspective or story, or looking at their own myths, you know. And so it's nice to be able to come together and have authentic sharing and vulnerability, heart-to-heart exchanges, with groups and in groups, where we're needed and where we need them, you know, we need each other. And so, yeah, that's been a great resource and support system. And we started holding study groups for people to learn how to empower themselves and claim their sovereignty and free themselves. And it relates to all ways, like, and yeah, I'll talk more about that like maybe in a couple weeks or so. But yeah, we're just getting into that, and we, yeah, changed our status from U.S. citizens to American state nationals, and so I'm just gonna plant some seeds there, and just leave it at that for now. So our trip that we just got back from, we just ran to Denver this weekend, and that was a fun little 3-day trip. We got to get some expedited passports for ourselves and for what we need, and it was kind of, yeah, fun. Never been to Colorado before, and so it was just kind of an adventure, and everything went well and everything was smooth, and Scott and I enjoyed ourselves, and glad to be back home again. And so it just seems like, yeah, a lot has happened, and we've been playing and working with a lot the last little bit. So I've been painting and teaching pouring classes at home. I was setting up in my big kitchen, and my last pouring class I had about 8 people with me a couple weeks ago. And I love it when everyone just leaves with a smile on their face, and they just enjoy the magic of watching and observing and witnessing and engaging and playing with this fluid paint and what wants to emerge and what wants to be. And yeah, um, through like practice and play and through creativity. So that's like one of the best gifts that I'm grateful for that I get to share and offer. And like it's just so fun, like to share the joy and share the love and the inspiration and see that multiply. Yeah, and so recreation, yeah, regeneration, and seeing how that touches and inspires others. It's great. It's such a great gift. And also, before we left, I had a saw wind circle um, on, I think it was the 8th, November 8th. And that was great. There was 5 of us and just sweet family and friends that I love. And just to share, like, some of the things that I appreciate and that I'm acknowledging and that I'm witnessing and that I'm playing with and working with and attending to, and just certain perspectives and holding the space and for others to share and others to participate or just to listen or just to share the space. And the week before that, Victoria and Sam actually left to go to Costa Rica. And so we went out to their house for a goodbye party, for a farewell party. And so we'll see what happens, like, with them. If they feel like it's a good move for them, they may end up, staying there for a little bit. But yeah, I want the best for them, and I sure am gonna miss them. Like, not, but I know that we'll connect and we'll be together again. So it was bittersweet because my little niece is very special to me, and of course my twin is. But I wish and hope for the best for them and that they'll get everything that they need. And then, Lisa was living with us, with Scott and I, for a couple years, and she just moved out, and she's beginning a new chapter in her life. And we parted ways amicably and expressed appreciation and love and gratitude for one another and for what we've been able to share. And we did express like that mutual care and that love. So that did feel good to say farewell and good luck and best wishes on your journey, and may you receive everything you need for your learning and discovery and all your dreams and desires and needs for your well-being. And offering and opening to new love and a new relationship in the future, if and when we're ready to build that together, and have an authentic, transparent relationship that feels good and true and right for two. So I feel good about that, and I'm happy about that. Like, I know it's best for everyone, and it's just, sometimes we get to be together on our journey, and sometimes we go off on a little part on our own, and then we reconnect later. And so just leaving the door open for that. And so she did a great job cleaning up her space and everything, and we came home from our trip, and there's a lot of space downstairs, and so what I got to do and choose was creating, and my husband started in the morning yesterday on creating me an art studio down in her old bedroom. So it is linking the old with the new. The old bedroom is now a new studio, and so it is like endings and new beginnings, and linking the two, and that's really cool. And then my sweet Morgan's the oldest daughter of Tanya, who I got to care for, and she got to come over and hang out with me last night. We got Indian food, and she got to be the first one to paint in that new studio with me. So that's fun. Like, it's awesome. Like, just get it set up and there it is, you know? So, sweetness. It's all about the art of the heart, and the art of living, and the art of being. So, the art of peace, the art of seeing. So, yeah, seeing more clearly, seeing from within, seeing from the light within. And so, yeah, the cool thing was, is a couple weeks ago when I had my pouring class, someone asked me, a friend's boyfriend asked me if I would do a mirror frame for him because he's got black lights in his bathroom, and he had someone customize his bathroom door with like the black light paint and stuff, like the paint pouring. And so I had never done like a frame before, but I thought, hey, that sounds really fun. So thanks for asking me. It's like, yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Haven't ever done it before, don't know how to do it, but let's let's play with it and let's figure it out. Yeah, so I got to play with that and do a lot of painting with black light paints, and just playing around with different canvases before I started on the frame. And yeah, did a few things and like really had some fun playing around, just like not having to have it be anything, but just saying, what can I do, or what happens when I do this, or hey, let's just try this, or let's just mix these colors up, and then yeah, let's see what happens and emerges and all that. And then I was just like, okay, well, I think I've done enough paintings, because I probably did like 10 of them, and it's just like, okay, let's just play with the frame, and if it doesn't turn out like the way that I think or the way that he likes or whatever, we can always repore over it or change it or do something with it. So just started playing with it, and it just turned out like so freaking cool. And I wish I would have got a picture, but I'll ask him to send a picture, and he's got it up and he's got it under his black lights and stuff. So that was super fun to do. And Scott came in the kitchen as I was just finishing it, and he's like, oh, wow, you did a good job on that. I really like how that turned out. And I was like, oh, thanks, so do I. And it's just kind of fun not having an expectation, but just like, okay. And then they came over to get their paintings and the frame yesterday, and I loved their squeals of delight and their oohs and their ahs, like just seeing it in the daylight, and then like turning on the black light, and then just like seeing how much that transforms everything, and like what it opens up. And it's so funny, like seeing things in under a black light, how it opens up certain dimensions of it, or it like makes it almost like three-dimensional, like it's popping out from the from the like canvas. And so it was just too cool, like seeing different perspectives and different in the dance of the light, you know. And also reflecting on like seeing that there's always a different perspective. There's always a wider perspective that we haven't seen or we haven't seen yet. Yeah, it's just kind of funny and crazy and cool. Like, yeah, sometimes it's like helpful to shift our perspective. So, what light and what lens, are we using? And just like kind of like going over those things again, and like knowing that there's always different perspectives because we're so different, and we experience life in our own ways, and through all of our ways of being. And we all need each other to make the whole picture coherent too. And it's just funny how we see different things. Like with these paint pours, they're totally like, they remind me of clouds because we see different shapes or different things in the clouds. And it is like a reflection of us or what's going on within us a lot of the time. It can help us like see what we need to see about ourselves, or certain messages that our psyche has for us. And so, yeah, just contemplating like how cool it is to see like how things change when through the play of light and shadow and all that, and the light spectrum and the full spectrum of being and becoming. And we're always becoming, and we're always changing. So it was just really cool, like in those ways, like what art has shown me, and like just just the simple things. So then, after I'd done those black light paintings, I picked up one of my books that was sitting in the front room, and it just like, oh, maybe she has something for me. It was Untie the Strong Woman, Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I flipped it open, and I opened right to a poem that was called A Prayer to Sea. And it just kind of blew my mind a little bit because it was one of those wink winks and synchronicities. And so I want to read it to you. It's about the black light illuminating. So, may we ever leave the unlit tangle we've gotten ourselves into again. The one complete with blinders, not of our making, or shutters we've studiously hand hammered over time. May we instead line up behind Black Madonna's clear line of sight and her great strength, to see as closely as mere humanlings can, to see as she sees with black light fully illuminating anything that radiates, and to withstand what we see with her immaculate love. May we unhood our heads and look into, under, behind, beyond all words and worlds, and see the winged soul lighting up the oiled map of our past, present, future that once seemed so hidden. May our highways and byways be illuminated by passing the map under the black light, thereby learning how to travel, eyes wide open, and when, why, how, where, and with whom. May we remember how sacred her foundry of light, how deeply incubated we are in Holy Mother, we the children of the dark-skinned Holy Woman who is unafraid of any dark. May all be given the ways of seeing that most benefit the growth of, rather than the restriction of their souls. And then, Blessed Mother, help us all see through your gentle eyes and speak through your fierce heart. And then, yeah, so that's kind of cool. And I didn't even realize, like, I have like my soul collage cards. These are my larger cards that I have, and there's a lot of goddesses that I have like been drawn to, and I have a couple few here, and the one sitting in front today is Nawa. Yeah, that's her and her bowl. That's her bowl. Yeah, medicine bowl. And so the black, and the dark goddess, black, because she's been kissed by the sun. And Our Lady is both the sun who kisses and the one who is kissed. She is she who is blessed by the sun, woman clothed with the sun. Which reminds me too of like something from the I Ching too. I think it's from the I Ching, and I feel like this symbol really captures it too. Yeah, the light and the dark, and the light and the shadow, the gold and the shadow. Yeah, triple goddess. And yeah, I think what was from the I Ching had something to do with whatever is light must cling to dark, or something about the dark clinging to the light. Yeah, I'll have to find that. Yeah, because it's been coming up for me, and I know I have it written on one of my boards, but yeah, I'll find it and I'll share it next time. So, what else can I share with you today? Yes, so how can we reconnect, and how can we rebuild, and can we allow what's not working to fall away? And can we show up for ourselves and show up for each other in and through all of our ways? Not because we feel like we have to, or because we need to, but because like we want to, we get to, we choose to. Um, we're needed. As much as we're needed, we need each other as well. And so how can we show up for each other and for ourselves, and without like the scorekeeper, or without like the old programming of too much, not enough. All of that I've looked at in a lot of ways, through all ways. And I do want to share more about that, about what I've seen and what I saw playing through, playing in and playing out through my relationships, through relationships, um, through my relationships, and those lenses. Yeah. And so a lot of that I was working with the codependent and the narcissist. And it wasn't really easy to look at for me. There was certain things that I was hiding from myself, or that, like, yeah, just like this poem said, that the shutters we studiously hand hammered over time. Yeah, sometimes we do have our own blinders, and it's kind of hurts our eyes to take those off sometimes, because there's something that we haven't been ready to realize. And like, yeah, and it humbles us, you know. And so, yeah, it's just a matter of owning our pride and like letting go of that pride sometimes too, and really embracing that other side that we haven't seen, that dark side of ourselves that really holds a lot of gold. And once we claim that, once we purify that a lower form of consciousness and honor that, then we can access the higher form and unify and synthesize and alchemize and harmonize, you know, the whole of that. So that's pretty cool. But first we need to be able to see certain things or acknowledge certain things. And sometimes that's hard. That's the hardest part, really. Letting go of how it's supposed to be, or how we're supposed to be, or how it's supposed to feel or seem or be. So that's inclusivity and allowance and the freedom to be and permission to be full and to let go and be free, be empty, to be fulfilled again, and yeah, again and again, to create and regenerate. Yeah, all this that's within, linking the two and birthing the new. Yeah. So, yeah, let's show up for each other and ourselves. Let's give ourselves a break. Let's forgive ourselves. Let's forgive each other. And I do forgive you, and there's nothing to forgive. Yeah. Like, there was a few things, like, of course, that came up to trigger me the last few months, but it was like exactly what I needed to see. So it was exactly what it was meant to be. And there's nothing to forgive about it. And there's, yeah, just everything to thank and be grateful for, and to say, oh, like, this is where I was seeing lack. And it's actually not lack. It's just something that I get to see because it's something that I get to give myself. And then regenerate that, you know, and honor that, and bring forth that. And so I know that everything that I express or offer to others is really for myself. And like, yeah, messages, I always know that they're for me. Like the messages that come through me or come from me, I always know that they're for me to receive too. And so it's like, bring forth that which is in you to save you. If you do not bring forth that which is in you to save you, that which is in you will destroy you. And so those are good things to look at too. And sometimes certain things do need to be destroyed, but like sometimes, like, we can just allow them to fall away, and then, yeah, they'll dissolve, you know, in certain ways. But there are some times, yeah, when chaos kind of helps us with that. And it doesn't feel very good sometimes, and it does hurt. So I have compassion, like, for all the transformation and the transitions and the endings that we're going through. But there is light. And the dark does hold that light. And without the dark, we wouldn't know our own light and how to shine that light and how to bring that light forth and through with the stable, fertile dark holding us, you know, holding the space for us to birth through. And so, yeah, I just wanted to offer those things, and do tell you that I love you and thank you for expressing the way that you honor me in our relationship And it's really nice to hear that, like, to know, or um, to receive that through that expression. And because sometimes, yeah, we don't express certain things, and even though, like, we feel those things, or we always think those things or whatever, but sometimes it is so nice to share that appreciation and acknowledgement with others, um, that we appreciate and that we value, and that um, we do um, hold as valuable and essential, like, yeah, in our lives, that we're grateful for and thankful. So celebrating all those things, and all that helps us realize, like, what's really important and what we really want to choose to create and to experience in and through our lives, and in and through our relationships. And so, like, that's been a huge thing this year, of course. And I did talk about that at my Saw Wind Circle. Is yeah, it's all about patterns, dynamics, relationships, and rhythm, and cycles. So um, I'll just read you a little bit of what I had written down for Saw Wind, and then I'll talk to you again soon. So what I chose to do also this last month was really express my like acknowledgement of all that's been given, and all that's been received, and all that's been honored, and all that's been weaved within me and we, and all things that are a part of me and we. And so that felt good, and it felt like that's what I needed too, because there was something I was seeing on the outside of me where I didn't feel like some of that acknowledgement, and I didn't feel like I was allowed, and I didn't feel like I was appreciated, and it just felt, yeah, it didn't feel very good. And so that's what was an invitation. It was an invitation for me to show up and acknowledge what I needed to see. And so how funny is that? Like, cosmic monkey is a key, to go within and see what we're being asked to see. And so yeah, but I just wanted to say, we are enough. I am enough. You are enough. She is enough. Life is enough. Love is enough. We are enough. Yeah. And so I'll just read here. Power and responsibility. Creative energy to be. Redirecting and connecting through this love we get to be. Share, give, experience. See, free, receive. Grow, develop, and retrieve. Releasing all that no longer contributes or serves the integrity of the whole through forgiveness and release. Hindsight, insight, foresight, attention, and accountability. Differentiation, inclusivity, and boundaries. Facing my fears and claiming my limitations, gifts, resources, and strengths. Celebrating and acknowledging all this alchemy, this great work to rejoin, to link, remember, and bridge the inner to the outer. The bridge, the arc, the tree, our portals of potential, returning home to me and we, growing our awareness and being true, so be, letting go of all the shoulds to be right here, at one with me, as one, at home within me, my love for all of me, related to all, connected to all, a part of the whole of all things, in partnership, in service, in relationship, in the world, but not of it. Being willing, letting go, surrendering, making room, clearing space, letting go, responding, receiving, allowing, mercy, trust, grace, strength to carry, release, hold free, all to be received. So, there's some other things that I've been looking at structures and cycles and phases and stages of growth and stagnation, patterns, archetypal influences and aspects, ancestral and generational trauma, and gifts that we've received, from our family ancestry, and the gifts that are available to call in now. Yeah, and they're forgiving, yes, and healing. So connections, reflections, projections, and protection, illusion, penetration, coherence, relations and relationships. So what's my part to play here? You know? And so I, in some ways, was playing the part of Atlas too, where I realized, oh, I'm carrying all this crap around. It's really not mine, and I don't know where it came from. And I'll think I'll just like, I'm ready to release it now. I'm ready to let that go now. So I do feel a ton lighter, and it, yeah, and everything is opening up, and everything, there's space now, like to breathe, and space to move, and space to grow, and space to be, and space to create, space to enjoy and receive. So enjoy. And, seeing, being, listening, expressing, sharing, showing up, offering, receiving, playing, practicing, stretching, moving, dancing, creating, participating, celebrating, noticing, communicating, observing, connecting, relating, differentiating, individuating, learning, growing, reciprocating, engaging, responding, redirecting, penetrating, remembering, reviewing, reflecting, projecting, inviting, welcoming, claiming, praising, thanking, appreciating, nurturing, valuing, and releasing, exchanging. So, there's a couple things like I write down like a lot of the dreams and a lot of the things that I'm seeing, the things that are coming in through my vision or through playing out or playing in through relationships and self-expression and all those things. So those are fun things to pay attention to, and just to witness, and participate through, play through, and so yeah, black light magic, clear line of sight, and thanksgiving, innocence, ordering, transforming, integration, applying, applications, communications, broadcasting, expression, envisioning, imagining, communing with life's love for all. Yeah, creator, creation, relationship. So yeah, I think I'll leave it right there for now. But yeah, thanks for listening, and thanks for letting me share with you. And yeah, I do apologize. It took a little bit of time, but maybe it was divine timing and divine order, and maybe, yeah, maybe now is the right time. Now is the time. It's funny. So I love you, and I thank you, and I do honor you, and I do admire you, and I praise your gifts, and I bless you, and all that we're here, like to experience and learn and offer and give and be for one another. And so thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for being a part of my heart. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being, a part of my human family, a part of my soul tribe. Thank you for you. I love you. I bless you, and I honor you. And I love all the rest of you too, all the rest of you that chose to come and listen and receive what I had to offer and contribute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So grateful, so humble, so full of love and gratitude and humility, compassion for us all, for all we're growing, and for all we're dying to, and for all we're being born into, and all of that. I know it's not easy, but there always is grace, strength, and love and faith available to all of us, and all that we need for our well-being. It's always been here, always been within. And to bring forth that which is in you. Yeah. And we are enough. I love you all of you. Thank you. All of us, thank you. All of we, thank you. And all we be, thank you. All life is, thank you. All thou art, thank you. All I am, thank you. All life is, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care of you. Be love for yourselves. Be well. Be true. Be whole. Be full. Be love for all of you. Be all the love you need. Your love for all of you. I love you. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you for now.